Hey y'all, so in order to, this one is school as an adult. In order to be successful in school as a grown person, and I mean in this particular video, I mean like 24-ish and up. So, because you're past the high school stage, and when you go to high school and then you go right to college, you're used to the exams, you're used to the programs, you're used to the systems, you're used to the tests, all that stuff like that. So that's why this doesn't apply to you, okay? Because you're not really that grown yet, okay? You don't have life issues and whatever. So, in order to be successful as an adult going to school, you have to start off your classes and program successful. Now, you're going to have hiccups along the way. There's going to be things that's going to be challenging and so forth. But when you start in that new class, if it's 7 weeks or 15 weeks or whichever in between, then the first 2-3 weeks is technically easy. Technically. Every other concept and whatever builds on the first 3 or so weeks. So you have to get that first 3 weeks down, or 2 weeks, or whatever it is, in order to be successful in the rest of the class. Now, in those first 2 weeks, especially if it's a new concept, yeah, I know it's hard, all these different things, but you have to try to get your best grades ever. Because you have to try to get your best grades ever, because you don't know what's going to come down the pike later on. It may be really challenging for you later on in those 4, 5, 6 weeks. It may be really challenging. It may be where life takes over. You know, you got family issues, you got sickness, you got X, Y, and Z. So you're not going to do as well on a test as you would like to. Or, you know, it's really hard and difficult and challenging, and the workload gets longer and harder, so your test grades are not as good because it's not as easy anymore. So it's always important to do very, very well, your best in the first 3 weeks, because then when you start messing up, failing, when you start, you know, just being a wreck, basically, in that challenging subject, sometime in that 4th, 5th week, depending on how long your class is, then you have something to go off of. You have a place to drop to. If you're already at an A, then you mess up. If you're already at an A, and if life starts happening or whatever have you, then you drop down to a C, at least you're still passing. Versus if you start off at a C and life happens, then where are you going to go after a C? It's hard to come back from a D and an F and all that stuff. So start off with your best work in the very, very, very beginning, so at least you have someplace to go when things start getting rough and, you know, life start happening. Life will happen, and life will happen on top of you. So do your best in the very, very, very beginning, so you have someplace to fall if you should fall. All right, like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.